Welcome back to the CBC Connect podcast from CBC Bank that brings clarity to your finances and connection to your community. My name is Matt Malone, and I am the Vice President and Marketing Director at CBC Bank. And today we are focusing on one of the communities that has played a huge role in our story at CBC Bank. We're talking about Tifton, Georgia, the beloved Tifton, Georgia, just north of us here in Valdosta, and I am joined today by Morris Tankersley and Cindy Watson to talk about CBC Bank's history in the Tifton market, how the community has grown over the years, and what makes local banking relationships so very important. Morris, Cindy, thanks for both being here today. Appreciate you. This is a different setup than we've had for previous episodes. We got two guests on the podcast today, so couldn't go with just one or the other. Had to have them both. So wanted to tell you guys a little bit about Morris. He's the Tifton Vice President and Market President at CBC Bank in Tifton. And then Cindy is Vice President, and she's also a lender in the Tifton market as well, and both have strong connections with the Tifton community. So was looking forward to talking to them both. And again, just welcome to the episode, you guys. I wanted to just open up by giving you a chance to share a little bit about CBC Bank's history in Tifton. Maybe you could tell us a little more about, when CBC Bank became a thing in Tifton, and then also maybe some growth over the last few years. And Morris, I know you've been, we just recently celebrated your 10th year with CBC Bank. So why don't we open things up by allowing you to tell us a little bit about CBC Bank and its relationship with Tifton?
Yeah, absolutely. In 2012, CBC saw an opportunity to come into the Tifton market, already serving Valdosta and Moultrie. And an opportunity came up for them to have a location in Tifton, and saw that as a good opportunity. So opened a branch there in 2012. I came in 2014, I believe, and have been fortunate to be a part of the CBC family, and have been serving the community there for a little over 12 years now.
And Cindy, when did you start with CBC Bank?
I have been there for 3.5 years.
3.5 years.
Yeah. Been in banking in Tifton for a little over 27 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So I knew it had been a while. Didn't realize it had been 27 years. That's exciting.
It is.
3.5 years. That has, you and I I think you had just started right before I did with
That's
CBC
right.
Bank. So you and I have been around the CBC family for about the same amount of time. Cindy, tell us a little bit about how the community in Tifton has grown and changed, with you being a part of it for professionally for 27 years.
I think, honestly, in the past, Tifton was more of an ag community, and we've really seen some changes there as far as our the economic growth. Our chamber and our economic development department has done a great job with Tifton. We've got ABAC and, of course, the University of Georgia. We've got a lot of our industry has grown as far as the we've got Coca-Cola now. Our industrial park has really blossomed as well. Residential has grown. Just seen a lot of good changes in Tifton.
So with that growth, Morris, how do you feel like, in your 10 years and even beyond, how CBC has grown and adapted alongside the growth that we've seen in Tifton?
As Cindy mentioned, like most South Georgia communities, ag is a very big part of Tifton, and fortunate to have ABAC and UGA Tifton and the research that goes on there. But we've seen more growth, as Cindy mentioned, industrial park with industries coming in. And with Cindy's experience and mine, we've been able to be a part of the real estate market. We've really seen it grow. It's been a huge part of our growth we've seen in my time here. We've also seen industry grow, and some of that is ag related, but a lot of it is not. And our economic development team has done a good job of bringing in different industry into Tifton and Tift County, and being a part of that and making those industries has been a big part of our growth in Tifton.
The people of Tifton have a lot of different options with where they could go and where they might go when it comes to banking and the things that, that they need. but we feel like we have something unique to offer at CBC, being a community bank. Cindy, tell us a little bit about CBC as a community bank and how that ties in well and relates well to the city of Tifton.
Being a local banker and a community bank is huge. We don't have to go to a big town to get decisions. We can make a quick phone call to our CEO or our chief financial officer. But again, being able to make local decisions on what works best for Tifton, Georgia, not what's going to work best in Jacksonville or Atlanta or something like that, makes a big difference.
Morris, tell us about the team that you have there in Tifton. I want to give you a chance to highlight the amazing team that we always hear about in Tifton.
I appreciate that. We're very fortunate to have a very experienced team in Tifton. Not Seen has been with us. That is are we naming names?
Yeah, absolutely.
Not Seen Valentine has been with us since the bank came to Tifton in 2012. Has many years of banking experience and works with us in customer service and as a lending assistant there. Holly Horsey is our head teller right now. She's going to be moving over and helping us with some customer service and lending assistant soon, and we're very excited about that. She has many years of banking experience and excited to have her and see her go into a new role. We do have a new head teller coming on board, Selena Bonner, that we're excited about as she joins our team. And then we've got Christina and April, who are tellers. Christina does other things with helping us with customer service and helps on the teller line. April has many years of teller experience and knows so many of our customers from past. They walk in and say, "Oh, I remember you." She has worked at other banks in the past and has been in banking for a long time, and is just a outgoing personality that really enjoys getting to know our customers and checking on their families and asking about their lives and what they have going on, which is going back to, being a community bank, just the opportunity we have to build relationships with people over years and knowing their families, knowing we do know our customers' names when they walk in the door and build those relationships over time. And it's nice also to be able to be a part of their lives and see, just to go through different stages of life. I was telling Cindy on the way down here, there's a customer that years and years ago, I financed an engagement ring for the husband. And the wife brings it up every time I see her that they wouldn't be married if we had not financed their engagement ring. So those type things, you just have those stories over the years and you go through town and you say, well, I financed that house, this guy banks with us, in your mind, just knowing the relationships that you build over the years is a special thing in a community bank. And,
I know that the role that you guys play obviously is a huge part of the success of CBC and the success of Tifton as vice presidents. But those teller relationships are huge. We just did recorded an episode about the day in the life of a teller, and we were talking to Area Vilas in Valdosta about stories being told to her during transaction moments with customers about why they're taking the loans, why they're taking the money out of their account so that they can go buy a gift for their grandkid or something like that. But Cindy, those relationships with the tellers, just such an important part of the growth of those relationships that we have with our customers.
It is.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Let's talk about Cindy, you kind of touched on this, but I just wanted to Morris, give you a chance to maybe highlight an example of helping a local business or family, either one of you guys really, if you want to jump in on this, maybe kind of a generic example of helping a local business or family and leading into success. I know that you talked about, financing the ring for somebody, but maybe something a little more practical from day to day that you've experienced recently or that you see often when we're helping our customers.
Yeah, we were fortunate. We have a local business that came to us that had an opportunity to really grow, and and we were able to sit down and kind of go through their vision, their company, what they had done, and where they wanted to go, and the needs they had, and they were looking for a partnership, a local bank that wanted to grow with them in their growth, needed some capital to do that, and we're fortunate to have several meetings with them that included our CEO and our chief lending officer, and eventually was able to do some financing that was helpful to them, to help them sustain the growth that they'd already had and go into the future. And really just looking forward to the partnership with the business in the future, and growing with them, and seeing the good things that's going on in the company is exciting for us.
Cindy, I imagine seeing that growth and development for people that you've had an opportunity to work with is pretty rewarding. Yeah,
it is. I can think back on one of my special customers, helped them open up a clinic in Tifton. Not only there, but we was able to help them open up one in Douglas and Albany as well. So, it's fantastic to know that. And
you drive through town and you see something related to that, and you just think, wow, this is awesome. And
absolutely,
we're thankful to be a part of that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then a house for them, and then a second home for them. And it gets better and better.
You just keep checking them off the list.
That's right.
That's amazing. Morris, tell us a little bit about what excites you about the future. We've talked a lot about the growth in recent years and things like that, but maybe something about what the future holds for Tifton.
Yeah, Tifton has always been uniquely located there in South Georgia, kind of the heart of South Georgia, with I-75 and 82 coming through Tifton. We've seen an influx of business from North Georgia and from Florida, just the location in our industrial park, and that seems to be something that's going to continue and is exciting. A lot of good things going on at ABAC and UGA Tifton with the growth of those colleges. It brings in so many students from out of state and around the state that have stayed.
It feels like ABAC is rocking and rolling right now.
They really are one of the few colleges that are growing, and their enrollment seems to increase. Cindy and I looked yesterday when my dad came to ABAC. It said there was between 200 and 300 students, according to the internet, and today there's 3,500 plus students there, and so many of them are out of state and are residential now. It was a commuter college back when I went there, mainly a lot of students that just commuted from this area, but now even our church sees so many kids that come in through our college ministry that are from Florida, they're from North Carolina, they're from Atlanta, and a lot of them stay. Tifton's a pretty special place, and it's nice to see those young people come and stay and grow in Tifton. So we're excited about that. With the bank, we're excited about how we're positioned as being one of the few locally owned banks in Tifton, and one of the few banks that answers the phone and still cares about building relationships with our customers. I'm excited. We've got a conversion going on right now that's going to add some technology options that we have not had, some opportunities on the deposit side for growth for our customers, and we're really excited about that. Excited about building relationships with people that are maybe banking somewhere that they're not totally satisfied right now, and want that personal touch, want somebody to answer the phone when they call, want to be able to talk to somebody, and as I mentioned the business earlier, build a relationship and have an ongoing dialogue about their business and ways the bank can be a part of that and help.
Listen, guys, I could sit here and talk to y'all all day about Tifton. It would be so much fun. I've enjoyed this, and I appreciate your time. We're trying to keep these episodes somewhat short, so I guess I'm going to have to stop it there. But I appreciate the time that y'all have taken to be here today and to share this with us. If you're listening and you have anything that you need help with in the Tifton area in regards to, loans, deposits, one-on-one advice. If you're looking to open any kind of an account, Cindy and Morris and the whole team there at Tifton is more than happy to help you with that. Like Morris said, we've got some exciting new things coming down the pipe this summer for CBC Bank in regards to online banking and mobile banking, and just the tools that are in place for our team to be able to help our customers. And so we're super excited about that. If you want to learn more about that conversion, that upgrade that's coming down the pipe, you can find out more about that at cbcbank.com/upgrade. We encourage you to go check that out because it's something that we're really excited about, and we think that our customers and our potential customers will be very excited about that too. All that being said, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you again for tuning in to CBC Connect. This is your connection to smarter banking and a stronger community. If you found today's episode helpful, be sure to follow, like, or subscribe so you don't miss what's next. And again, if you want to visit and open an account, you can do so at any of our branches. We've got 5 branches, one on Bay Tree Road in Valdosta, North Valdosta Road, that's our main branch, Hayhira, Moultrie, and then of course, as we've talked about today, Tifton. You can also find us at My CBC Bank on Facebook and Instagram, or you can visit us online anytime at cbcbank.com. Thank you for listening. Keep building what matters, and we'll remain committed to you, our customer, our community.